Status update. Found the turbine wheel. Bub, you want to show the people the sauce? Oh, there's some more metal. Okay, a little more, a little more, a little more. Well, you know, it's stained too, and I really hate that because it was so pretty. Let's show everybody the hole though. We have come to find out that everything is not okay. It blew completely through the hot pipe when the turbine wheel came out, and more of it's still coming out. But that is not good. We're gonna either have to weld that up or make a new hot pipe because, dang, that's rough. That's heartbreaking. Yeah, I don't think a polish will fix all our problems at the current moment. Is there another dent?
The dents, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, all through here.
Oh, the turbine wheel just really, whoa, really just messed my day up. Wow.
On the bottom.
On the bottom. So apparently that wheel came out at about 1,000,000 miles an hour and just said F Blake and ruined my day. But there it is. That's what's left. That was basically a bullet. It made a hole in here and actually went through some of the insulation in the firewall. Yeah, we made a mess. Wow. But turbo kit looks good. You know, we gotta do some wiring and stuff, but it was not kind to this truck. That explosion was not. I guess we're gonna try and beat this back in and weld it probably instead of making a new hot pipe because
you can see it from the inside.
Yeah, there's a hole. You can see daylight in this thing. Yep. Oh well, though, here's what it is. That'll be a good ornament for the desk. To be continued. What's going on, everybody? We got a really busy week here at the shop. Doing some fun stuff this week, actually. We're going to be working on some really nice trucks that we've been wanting to be a part of. And we're glad to work on them. Some new fit gens. And then we got some good content coming for you. The old drag truck back here is going to be doing some fun stuff this weekend. So let's take a look at what all we've changed on the drag truck just for what we're doing this weekend. So here we are. If you notice, the bumper is gone and we have acquired a lot of weight on the front. Now, this weight came with the truck. It's a little bit too long in my opinion. I guess the farther out the weight is, I'm not much of a truck puller, but the farther out the weight is, I guess the better it is. But it looks hideous with how far it is, I'm not gonna lie. But we've got the drag truck set up for a truck pull. There's a local fair having a truck pull that I've went to for years. I've never actually brought anything or pulled in it, but I was like, what the heck, you know, let's get the drag truck ready. We've got this pulling set up. Let's take it out and see. So a couple of things we changed. It had these guards so that I guess if you stop, the sled doesn't just slam into the back of the truck and total it because our bedsides are just hung. So if he hit us, we'd have a really bad day. It'd be a pretty bad day for this old girl. But we got that going. We've got this big 3-point hitch set up with adjustable bump stops. So these two bars attach to the axle, and then they have stops on them. And you can make them longer or shorter to adjust your hitch height. The hitch looks pretty level right here, so I kind of just left it. It's kind of set to where the previous owner had the stops set to already. So let's take a look at how it works though. So it bolts through the frame right there, some very hefty 3/4 bolts, and it's got these big studs that run down on the leaf springs to prevent the leaf springs from even being able to, like, they can't move at all. Like, so the suspension is completely solid now. And then it's got this big bar up here. I've never seen anything like this, which I'm not much of a truck pull guy. Like, I've never really cared for it. We're gonna try it. Maybe we like it, maybe we start doing it. But this thing is heavy duty, and it came with the truck, and I'm kind of tickled with it. It all fit pretty well, to be honest. It was not the funnest thing I've ever put on, but so the truck has cow tracks, and it comes with another set of, I guess you call them traction bars to I'm guessing make the axle even more solid, so there's no chance for wrap at all. And then the tubes are welded. Also, this truck does have a heavy-duty rear drive shaft with a new rear yoke. Front drive shaft is stock, I believe, though, so that should be interesting. But we do have drive shaft loops front and back, so if a drive shaft did break, I think we'll be okay. Maybe a little bit of metal damage, but nothing too serious. But we're going to get this old girl ready. I've been talking to some other people I know in the diesel industry that have pulled their trucks and asking for tips and tricks, because like I said, this will be a first for us. We may completely suck at it, and I'm fine with that. You know, it's our first time. I do not expect myself to be good at this, but we're ready to go. I got both nitrous kits. We are going to be able to use nitrous, I believe, because I told them that, hey, there's not a chance of me even being able to spool this thing on the line without nitrous. And we're going to turn it all the way down. I believe we're going to turn it on tune 1 with 2 kits. So it should still be making about 12 to 13, but we're not going to use full power for this because, like I said, it's our first time. So yeah, that should be a good little video. I'm sure these videos will be tied together. You know, this is just kind of the opener for the actual pulling itself. But today is Monday. We're not going to be pulling until Saturday. So unless there's other content in the shop that we start filming that I want to post before then, because I'm trying to make more videos for y'all. But check out the next truck we're going to be building for a buddy of mine. This is Kyle, the owner of Striker. This is his personal truck. So we've been doing a lot of work with Fitzgeralds. Obviously, with the regular cab, we've become pretty known in the Fitzgerald world, and my black and brown mega cab. So Kyle asked me if I'd like to color match it, build the headlights, everything, and I told him I'd love to. So really happy to get to work on this truck. I love this truck. I've tried to buy the lift off of this truck because it is sick. But Kyle built this whole kit himself in-house. That is what he does. He builds crazy production lift kits. I would say that most of them are production, but this one is not. This one is probably the only one like this so far. I don't think he's sold another one of these. Well, not yet. I would like to go this route next instead of bags. Don't get me wrong, I love the bags. I love being able to play with the truck and lean it, stuff like that. That's cool. But this is a really functional setup that I think it would be easy to drive and use, because I like to drive my stuff. Except that one, obviously. But we got that truck. We got Jordan Fritz's truck, his Fitzgerald. I'm trying not to show any license plates. But yeah, got a lot of Fitzgeralds going on, man. This one is a Fitzgerald Mega Cab Laramie truck. We're going to be doing some paint matching on it and fixing some lights, redoing some wiring, and going to put new wheel lights on it. And another 12-piece rock light kit, I believe. Compressor was kicked on, for anybody wondering. But we had our open house this weekend, and a lot of people came out. Appreciate everyone that came to check out the trucks. We did have Kyle's there, and we had mine. We had mine all leaned out over there for everybody to look at it. Huge thank you to anyone that came out. Got Allison's truck over there, finishing up some work on it. So, progress update, though, on the Fortune. We got the turbo kit off today, and I guess I'll have to show you in another video, or I may insert the video I have. Yeah, I'll just insert the video I've got. But I have a video showing you what happened to the hot pipe. So whenever the manifold charger exploded, the turbine wheel went into the hot pipe at 100,000 RPMs and just bounced around everywhere and destroyed everything. We actually found it when we took the turbo kit apart today. But this engine bay used to be really, really clean looking, but whenever that exploded, there's just oil everywhere. So we're going to try and clean it up. We cleaned up a lot of the wiring already. Got rid of a lot of the wiring ugliness from the factory. But don't pay attention to my mess. I was going to try. Yeah, there we are. So this is the exhaust housing. There's part of the turbine wheel lodged in there. Look what we found sitting in the hot pipe. We knew it would be in there. We just didn't know how much damage it would do to the hot pipe. And when we got it out, it is very dented. It is very hurt. And it actually put a hole in it in one spot, which shot oil out. That's why there's oil all in the engine bay. We couldn't figure out why there was so much. And it's because this shot out at 100,000 RPMs, went through the hot pipe, put a big old hole in it, and then bounced around in there and made a bunch of dents and did a bunch of cool stuff. So, oh well, it's done. There's a local fab shop that's actually welding the hot pipe up right now as we speak. He just picked it up about 20 minutes ago. So that'll be back tomorrow morning, and then we have to rip all this teal stuff off because we are going to redo all the powder. The previous owner of this truck had done the teal. Don't get me wrong, I love teal. I have teal on half my trucks. The drag truck has teal, show truck has teal. Nothing wrong with teal. I just wanted to do something different with this truck. So we've got some really cool wheels for this truck that I will probably show in this video. I just had them custom powder coated. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen them, but if you don't, then you're gonna like them. I'm really excited about them. But yeah, we're gonna powder coat the rocker box, the lower teal part right there. Probably gonna do it copper, maybe white, but we're doing copper and white everywhere under the hood. The whole compound kit is getting powder coated right now. Everything but this hot pipe, or this intercooler pipe. I actually think I might leave it. I really like the way the stainless looks, and you can't really see it, so we might leave that one. I'm also going to leave the hot pipe raw because they're both stainless and very pretty, and Paul did a great job welding them. But one thing we had to do when we got the truck back, I rushed Paul. Obviously, I do that. And he did not have time to make this new alternator wire. And I made it earlier out of just some scrap wire I had laying around. So it goes over, under, straight to the battery. I don't really like how it goes over the fuse box, but it still looks pretty clean. So we may look into routing it somewhere else besides over the fuse box one day, but it turned out pretty good. And then we got rid of a lot of the wiring up here and cleaned this up. That way that the turbos were really close to the wiring harness right here. The top turbo was. And I wasn't really comfortable with it because it had already started getting them hot a little bit. So we ended up removing part of the wiring harness because that had your secondary battery cable that is not here anymore. Obviously, we don't have a secondary battery. So we got rid of that, and we had to relocate some rock light wires and stuff like that. The rock light wires barely made it, guys. There's our rock light, and here's where the hot pipe comes. So I kind of tied all the wires back just to make sure we never had any problems. But yeah, we need to straighten up some wiring still. Just from everybody having their hands on it. But let me see, that one's bothering me. We got to tie that up somewhere, and then we're actually going to be pulling this thing apart for powder coat. I'm going to powder coat the springs. Stryker hooked us up on some new front 4-link arms for this truck, and I'm tickled. They're at powder right now, and I am so excited to see them on the truck. So underneath the truck, we're probably going to do all white powder because the wheels are just going to be so much color that I feel like everything underneath needs to be white. But yeah, stay tuned for this one, guys. I'm not sure what else I'll put in this video, but we might record some more. What was that? So we just got done with the first pull. Turbo is still intact. Nothing broke. Truck stayed cool. Bump stop setup works great. I am tickled. We won the first class by a long shot. I'll put the videos in though.
But we're pretty excited. We got Dodge over there. He won. What'd you win?
Second place.
Oh, you got second?
Yeah, they beat me.
It's okay, man. I was against a lot more people and a lot harder competition.
Yeah.
And like, so you see this list? Dodge had all these, and I had three people total, counting me. So mine was a lot harder to win, but good try, man. Truck's still together though. Amazing things.
Don't you just love fights down there?
There's a fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I wish we would have got that on video. I would have put it in the video. We're about to pull again though. What's going on, everybody? We just got back from the sled pull. Well, we got back really late last night, but it is Sunday. The sled pull was Saturday night. We've got the drag truck back and/or sled truck now, whatever you want to call it. Not gonna lie, it was pretty fun. I've never been into sled pulling. I don't really care for it, but that was pretty fun. It was different. You know, I did a lot of drag racing, so the sled pulling scene was definitely different. And it went way better than I expected it to. We didn't have any wheel hop. The truck was just perfectly smooth down the whole track. Never jumped. The hitch setup just is awesome. And all the, having all the second set of traction bars, you know, that are solid mount. The truck just felt so good. Wasn't even hardly spinning. But we definitely learned a lot on the first pull. The first pull was good, but we learned a lot and went even farther the second pull. But appreciate everybody that came out to the pull and looked at the truck and talked to us and just had a really good time. The truck did not break either. That is the most important and surprising part. I have a little bit of a record here lately on breaking every truck I drive. So let's take a look at it though before we change it back into a drag truck. All right, guys, so as I showed you in the previous videos, you know, we added these solid traction bars. They have no bushings on them, so the rear end cannot move at all. Like cow tracks, they have a heim joint with a bushing on one end, so it can kind of move a little bit. But this is about as solid as it gets. Everything performed awesome. I am tickled. But we're gonna remove the hitch setup, turn it back into a drag truck, because that is actually what I enjoy. Sled pulling was not bad at all though. I will say that. I have a new respect for it, and we may do it some here at the local events. Now I'm not gonna pull it at UCC or nothing like that, because you start, this truck's built for a good amount of power, but you start going to stuff like that. I mean, that's the 2,000 horsepower and up, guys. So we're in between the 15 to 17 range, all the way up. So we're gonna kind of stay where we need to be in the 590 bracket race and doing some local pulls and stuff like that, because that's what I built the truck for. But we might look into getting another turbo setup for when we're pulling, because it's not that hard to change the turbo setup, and it needs something a little smaller. That 85 was not very happy, but everything went good. We got to remove all the pulling stuff, got to get this big old weight off. A question somebody would probably ask that I'm going to go ahead and answer: how much did the truck weigh? On the scales, the truck weighed 7,200 with me in it. So this weight added quite a bit of weight. I have not scaled this truck in the normal drag setup with me in it yet. I'm thinking 52 to 54 with all the weight we've taken out of it and the Bogarts on it. So hopefully that's somewhat accurate, but I believe that weight, I mean, the whole hitch setup in the rear should be about 200, 250 pounds. And then this weight is supposed to be, it was either 12 or 1,500 pounds. I can't remember what they said. But I definitely believe it after putting it on the scales. So I'm hoping that weight's about 14 to 15, and the hitch is about 2 to 250. And then you remove all that, and we'll be in the lower fives is the weight goal for this truck, just to keep the engine and transmission happy with running 590s. Obviously it's never going to be completely happy, because you know this is a lot of power for anything really. Now the stock Dodge drivetrain as far as axles and stuff does really good with it, but it's still a lot of power. But it is getting a little windy, so I do have some stuff I want to show y'all. Got the Bilski right here. We got a lot of stuff back from Powder. A lot. So I'm gonna get that loaded and show y'all that, and show y'all the progress update on the white truck. She's coming back. Alright guys, so we got all the powder coat unloaded for the white fortune. So a little bit of a status update. Striker Off-Road hooked us up on a 4-link kit for this truck. It is a early truck, so it does have the like 3rd gen style suspension. So he hooked us up with one of his 4-link kits. This is for a leveled truck, which we have dual rate coil springs, so it'll work out perfect. But Striker, gotta give a shout out to them guys on that. They killed it, and they hooked me up on them. So here is the compound kit built by Maverick Diesel. Everything is powder coated translucent copper, and my gosh, it's pretty. Look at that. So this color is really weird, like it's it changes as you walk, but I'm in love with it. I think it'll be different. I've seen a couple people do copper wheels, probably 5 sets that I know of. And I always really liked it, and I wanted to try it, but I never had a truck that I felt like could pull it off until this one. So we're gonna do the copper and white powder coat under the hood. Everything underneath the truck that'll be powder coated is gonna still be white, because I like carrying the theme of white on white underneath a truck that is white. If we ever did the axles, they would also be white, because I just don't think I would like copper axles. And we would have to either paint or powder the axles, and if we painted them, they'd never match that. So anyways, let's take a look. We got her all tore down. Everything's out. We are ready to put it back together almost. The turbo should be here Tuesday. It is Sunday at the current moment. Should be Sunday when I drop this video. I'm gonna try and drop it tonight. But so here's the damage on our hot pipe. She beat her up pretty hard. All this is fine. It's just dents. Didn't go through it. Obviously, you know, we had the big hole right here, but now that is patched. So we beat it in. We beat the crack in, welded it up, and then we said, well, let's do a little bit better. Let's take a piece of stainless, a circle piece of stainless, put it over it and weld it again, just to make sure there's no leaks. It actually looks pretty good in my opinion. You'll never see it again, but just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't need to look good. And we got all the wiring tidied up on this thing, so we're about ready to roll. We're gonna put her back together tomorrow. We're gonna get the valve cover on, all the suspension stuff done. Might put some more rock lights and stuff on the truck now that it's actually gonna be halfway pretty. Not sure though. I didn't do too much underneath, I'll be honest. I did the 4-link kit, some sway bar bushing, or the sway bar brackets, the drop brackets, the shock towers, and the sway bar. And then under the hood, I wanted to throw a little bit of contrast in there, so I did do the valve cover white. I'm kind of happy I did it that way. Only thing I'm dreading is every time we ever work on the truck, that valve cover is gonna stay nasty. So I'm gonna try and keep it clean, but you know that's not gonna work. But yeah, excited to get this thing back together. I kind of miss driving it. I don't really drive this truck, but you know, I was excited to drive it with the new compound kit. Then we had some problems, but it's all good. Nothing to worry about. But the powder coater did kill it on the trans copper. You can kind of see how pretty it is from here. And it looks just as good in person. That's the thing. A lot of times cameras will make stuff look better, but this stuff looks really good in person. One thing I do want to brag on real quick is look at the wheels. They have finally showed up from JL Custom Coatings. JL, I believe his name is Justin Luthian. I'm not sure on the last name. He is out of Ohio. He had reached out to me before about doing some powder coating. I got this set of wheels in. I was like, man, let's do something different. I said, can you do copper? He said, yes, sir. So I shipped him the wheels. He powder coated them. He happened to be coming back through Tennessee, so it worked out perfect. That is a JTX forged Lotus 24x14 in trans copper. It has a 305, 35, 24, 420V stretched on it. I'm not a big stretch tire guy, but you kind of got to run it on this truck if you want to run 14s and not tear your fender off. We're going for like the street look on this truck, so I didn't want to put 33 1450s or 1350 all-terrains because it's not the look I wanted. So stretch streets is what we had to settle for, people. Not gonna say I'm the biggest fan of that look, but it doesn't bother me. I like 5 different styles of stuff. I like anything from big trucks like that to my dually, where, you know, the dually doesn't have that big of a tire. You know, it's a 24 with a 35, but it's still got some rubber on it. We'll save ourselves on that one. There's a rock right there. But got some other powder lifts we're about to install. Single cab is sitting over here. She does have a busted bag. If you see she's leaning so hard, it's because the bag's busted on the other side. But we got another one ordered. Luckily, I clearanced everything on this truck to where, as you can see in there, nothing's touching, even with it laid completely over. So, not that big of a deal. We kind of just walked in and it was popped. So, can't really do nothing on that one. But, yeah, these JTXs turned out dope. But we have a couple new sponsors for this truck. You're going to see this truck change a lot. We got Fitzgerald taillights for it, the new tailgate already painted, sitting there ready for it. There's a couple blemishes that I want touched up. You can see that spot right here. I'm not a big fan of that. So we're going to take this little piece right here, this piece of trim will come completely off, and then we can go from there. Hold on, I'm gonna take y'all wide angle where you can actually see. So yeah, got a lot of putting back together to do. Tickle with the pull truck. Overall great weekend. We also went to the drag strip Friday night and raced the Camaro. We might make some videos about that car in the future. Not sure if we're gonna bring it on the channel. If you know me, you know which car I'm talking about. But another weird thing about this truck is the paint was chipping on the back of the cab. I do not know how this happens. I don't know if the factory didn't prep it correctly or what, but it was coming off a little bit. So we are actually going to be painting the back of the bed right here in this corner where I chipped it, getting rid of these, getting rid of this, and we're actually going to pull the bed back and paint the back of the cab so that I don't have to think about it anymore. But all right, guys, that'll be all for this video. I'm going to try and edit it and drop it today. If not, it might be Monday when you see this. But thanks for watching.